RWBY Volume 9 comes out this Saturday, and I am going to figure out what kind of character I would be in that RWBY universe. With the help of some of my friends' responses and a bunch of quizzes on BuzzFeed and all over the internet, I feel like we have a way of figuring out just exactly what my RWBY character would be. How this is going to work is now I'm going to take a bunch of quizzes, compile all the answers, and then go to my friends and family and ask them which of those answers do they think best fits me and my personality, and from there I'm going to take the answer that the majority felt best fit my personality and combine it into one character for RWBY. And in a future video, I'm going to actually design that character. So, let's get started. In RWBY, there are 4 traits that every character has. They are either faunus or human, they are from a specific kingdom, they have a specific weapon and fighting style, and then they also have their semblance, which is like their unique superpower. Obviously, in order to figure out what character in RWBY I was, I needed to figure out all of these things, which meant taking a lot of quizzes. And I mean a lot of quizzes. You're seeing a fast playthrough of everything, but I have almost an hour's worth of footage. Now, the first thing that I needed to make sure that I kept track of was all of the different answers that I got with these quizzes. All of these personality quizzes are going to ask the same sort of questions, but not all of them are going to give the same answer based off of your answer that you gave. So I needed to compile a list of them and then check with everyone else to make sure that there was a sort of consensus on what answer best fit my personality. Now, the first quiz that I took is what kind of faunus was I, and in the RWBY universe, a faunus is a human-animal hybrid that has specific traits to what type of animal that they are. It's like having a spirit animal, but that animal is a reflection of you. You share traits of that animal, such as similar body parts and similar traits. Like some cat faunuses have cat ears and have enhanced reflexes, while faunuses like bulls and gorillas will have increased strength and body endurance. The next thing that I had to figure out is what kingdom I was a part in. In all of Remnant, which is the world in which RWBY takes place, there are 4 kingdoms. You have Atlas, Mistral, Vacuo, and Vale. Each one of them houses a separate kingdom, and each one of those kingdoms has its own individual combating school. Following the kingdoms, I needed to figure out what kind of semblance I had, which, like stated before, is like your own unique superpower. Every person has their own individual semblance that tailors to them, and each semblance, with its strengths, also has some kind of defect or fault to it that people have to maneuver around and work around. Semblances can be of any certain aspect of life. You have semblances that can create walls, manipulate fire, control water. You also have semblances such as good luck and bad luck. Lastly, what I need to figure out is what kind of weapon I had. Now, in all of Remnant, it's pretty clear that most weapons are not just that one weapon. You have sides that turn into snipers. You have shotgun gauntlets for hand-to-hand combat with a little bit of range. You have a sword that turns into a scythe that's also a rifle. Nothing is as it seems. With all these things to figure out, I thought it best to step away from the RWBY-related quizzes regarding what weapon I had and what kind of combat style I would have, because I didn't want it to tailor to a specific character in the show. I wanted it to tailor specifically to me. And so instead of picking a bunch of RWBY weapon character quizzes, I picked just a bunch of what weapon are you quizzes. And after all of that quiz taking, I found one answer that I could always agree on. Oh, I'm loud. Loud! A lot of energy means loud. Being enthusiastic is probably being loud, you know? Loud, 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 loud. I feel like you get the point. After almost an hour and a half of taking quizzes and trying to figure out all of these things and create a list of all of the options, I ended up with a list like this. Which, as you can see, is a lot of things to go through. So now I need to take to some of my friends to see what their reactions are and compile the list and see what I got. And boy, oh boy, did I get a lot of answers.
Kidding, I'm kidding.
You should be good. Good? What the fuck? Should be good. Good. I'm glad.
Am I good to go, or do I need to do?
Oh, no, you're good. No, you're good.
Oh, okay. Ooh, okay. For the animal one.
Mm-hmm.
Um.
Mm-hmm. You started off so confident. Like you had an answer ready. And all of a sudden it
Well,
wasn't there anymore.
I need to remind myself what lemur like personality was. Like I don't know. Hold on.
You want to look up a lemur in
Because
that
I
cool little computer you have in front of
yep
you?
yep. I just want to okay, because I already have an answer in mind. I just want to check just
Mm-hmm.
this one. I think I might have to say wolf. I mean, this isn't like a biased whatever. It's just I
Are you
like
sure?
wolves. I do like wolves, but this isn't like whatever. And my reasoning for that is because just I mean, I feel like I mean, I'm not entirely sure with like I guess this is slightly lack of knowledge of like how these other animals act in the wild, but like I feel like um um at least especially like just I respect like your ability to like I guess um I'm
Having
trying
a
to
little
find
stroke over there.
the right word. So, like I guess be able to like put yourself out there and like get you know like your YouTube like I mean yeah your YouTube stuff like you see and like you're able to just like I guess at least you have the also I don't think that's the I don't know if that's the right word I'm gonna say but
I don't know if you
um
can find words for that.
One eternity later.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go with the sword and then
Mm-hmm.
say the rifle. And no, I say sword because purely based off what I saw you do at Sack Anime with a sword and shield. Um, and I believe you also said that you used to do that stuff a lot with I can't remember if you said your siblings or if like Dylan and like Eric and all of them. I uh, but yeah, based on what I saw, you like, because you did really like a lot like better. Like you did really good at second. The sword and shield parry. Uh, and so yeah, and I don't know. I guess I don't. I guess I could. A heavy sword I could see you with too. I guess just some sort of sword.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a battle axe, but I can't really like. Yeah, yeah, maybe not like. Yeah, either a short sword or a heavy sword. I would have to say. Um. Uh. Pairing it with the rifle. That's just purely because I feel like. Uh. There's no like particular reason for it. It's more just like I feel like that's just a good strategic pairing in general.
Fair.
um, uh,
You don't want to make it a
and,
chainsaw?
um, well, I could say chainsaw too because you did fuck up some mutants in the forest once. You know what? I think I'm gonna do that now.
I
Yeah, no.
mean, to be
Sword,
fair,
sword, and
the weapon I
chainsaw.
used the most was my bow and arrow in the forest. Like,
Oh,
I only used chainsaws when you would die.
mm, oh no! I have to rethink. Oh, okay. So no, base one, I'm gonna stick with the sword, and then yeah, okay. For I want to go ranged rather than double melee. So yeah, no, I'll give you the bow and arrow. Yeah, so
Alright.
sword and then bow and arrow, and then for your power, um, I'm going to go with the creating platforms one.
Okay.
Okay, what am I doing?
And that one, that I choose that one because, well,
I showed it to you.
yeah, but okay, either that one or telekinesis. But I say platforms because I feel like, because tell me if I'm wrong, but so besides from creating platforms, is it also you can just kind of manifest like that creature thing that one girl was riding
Pretty
on?
much.
Okay.
Combining it like Weiss's, as far as it being glyphs, means that it's dust based, but that you don't know what that means. It means like they're elemental based. So like she focuses mainly in ice, right?
Okay.
And so that's why you saw like white glyphs and stuff that was ice based. But then there's also like earth, fire, wind, water, stuff like that. Different
Okay.
bases like that. So yeah, that was just your focus is ice.
Okay, yeah.
And mainly
I feel like I feel like rabbits are very quick on their feet. Like, they're very deceiving in the fact that you think that they're like easy targets or prey, but they're not. They're very clever. They're very quick. So that's why I picked rabbit. For friction manipulation, I feel like you're really good at turning things in your favor. And so that's why I picked friction manipulation. And I feel like scythe, I don't know, I feel like a scythe is just a weapon that really suits you in like your motions and the way. I feel like if you had your own personal fighting style, a scythe would suit you well.
Cool. At the end of this, there seemed to be two categories that had a clear winner over everything else, but one of them slightly indifferent. Out of the 5 lists of animals, what type of faunus I would be, people seem to agree on the rabbit aspect. And I really enjoy what Tegan put. He said that I was more quick than fast. I was always more quick than fast. And I do actually agree with that. I've always been sort of like quick reaction, be able to do things pretty quickly. But I'm not able to maintain that speed for very long. That's a big personality thing as well. I'm not able to stay on task very often or stay focused on one thing for very long. If I can't get it done and over with in a few minutes of time because of my short attention span, I'm not really able to do anything about it. So I do like that quick over fast, and honestly, I feel like out of the options that I got, I do actually think that I best fit this one. Now second was Semblance, and Semblance was one that also had a clear winner here. We had the agreement across the board that friction manipulation would be the thing that tailored to me. Coming from the kingdom of Vacuo, it would actually be a beneficial thing to have as far as that sort of environment. Vacuo is supposed to be a desert type of paradise aspect, but it's supposed to take place in a duney environment. And I also live in Nevada, so the aspect of having like a loose sand kind of environment and being able to manipulate the friction of objects would actually be beneficial for me, myself, in a combat situation. The last thing was my weapon choice, and out of everything that I got, there was only one clear attribute that people seemed to think that I would roll with. It was the poison aspect of a weapon. People seemed to think that that would be the fitter, but weren't really able to agree on what kind of weapon would have that aspect to it. But there was one overarching consensus that I would have some sort of sword that turned into some sort of rifle. In games that I play, in sports that I've played, and just kind of in like a real life environment, I've always kind of wanted to be like a silent leader kind of role. The list goes on, but rest assured the aspect is that I'm not going to be right up in the fight, doing everything, doing the most damage, being up close, but I'm not necessarily going to be super far away either with like a sniper kind of role and just kind of chilling out there, right? So given all the weapon types that I received, I needed to pick the combination that gave me the best mid-range advantage that I could get. And after all of that, I learned that my weapon would be a katana turned into a hunting rifle that also had some sort of poisonous aspect to it. So here are the attributes of the character that I got based off of info from my friends and family. Let me know what you guys think about this combination in the comments below. Maybe you have a better idea as far as a combination based off of the attributes that we got, or you just want to throw out your own thing. Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I hope to see you in another video. Mr. Bowcraft signing off for now. See you later.